Aloha, dear sweet family of light. It's me, Lisa Transcendence Brown. And it's been a while since I did a video. There's a whole lot going on, as always. It never stops, it always increases. The difference is with each increase, how you handle it. Now, there are a lot of people waking up really fast to the old illusions and distortions that kept them held and limited to realities that of lack and things that they didn't enjoy and things that didn't support them on their journey here. There's a lot of huge awareness going on, realizations, and with that comes the opportunity to completely change your world. Now, everyone has to go through a process of coming to understand everything on an energetic level. The more you evolve energetically, the more you become pure source energy, the more you start to value your energy, the more you respect your energy, the more your energy is a beautiful gift, the more you're this amazing gift, and the more you start to share your gift in you with everybody out there too. When you start doing this, then it activates everybody that you come into contact with, whether it be in person or virtual, however you want to a massive amount of light, and it activates them. And this is beautiful. It's amazing, the ability to do these things just through the transmission of light and love and beauty and magnificence and magic and all of these things. But what starts to happen is the more you do this, the more you affect others' lives, the more they start to see, wow, that's what I want. I want to be happy. I want to be abundant. I want to live in bliss and magic. And it also activates every bit of lack in those around you too. Now, this might be a little bit longer than I had started out to do, because I was just going to do a quick video. Never happens that way, does it? Okay, so when you start to evolve energetically, you have to start getting choosy about what you allow in your world, what you allow in your field of consciousness. And you have to start saying no a lot. And the human aspect doesn't like to hear no. They expect you to still be the same. They expect you to still do for them. They expect all of these things because that was your old version and aspect of you. You used to do these things. It was okay. But you start finding out that's not okay anymore. That's not what I enjoy. I'm not here to save everybody else. I'm here to respect and love myself. I'm here to do what makes me happy and assist those who value this too. Because the reason I'm getting into this is because there are a lot of people seeking abundance. There are a lot of people wanting to be physically abundant. And physical abundance is a part of this process, where your physical reality comes to materialize based upon the vibrations that you hold within you. And for a lot of us, we had to go all the way to the depths of hell, the depths of our soul. We had to let everything go, and we had to completely hit rock bottom many times, because there's a certain part of this process that is necessary in order to break that old resistant, prideful self energy that's got to go. And those of us that were stubborn chose that way. Now, there's going to be stubbornness in each one of us. And the cool part is when you use the stubbornness, it's awesome. But when you don't use the stubbornness and the stubbornness runs your world, it's not so awesome. There comes a point for everybody here that is transcending all of the old human lack mentalities and belief systems. Letting everybody and everything go that represented that within them. And it's time to move on. Now, the thing about it is, when we start jumping quantum style, when we start obliterating the old timelines, when we start collapsing all of those old realities, everybody around us is affected by that too. And the reason I say this is because it's always up to us to make a choice. We always have to do what's always from a place of higher consciousness, from within ourselves. And it will never succumb to the old ways, the old selfishness, the old energy of draining things. And it's all about me energy. We don't do that here. What we leave is the old mentalities. What we leave are the old realities, and what we move into are the amazing ones. So when everybody says, I don't want to be left behind, don't leave me behind, what we leave behind is the lack. What we leave behind is the mentalities. What we leave behind is our old ways of being unhappy and not enjoying things, and the bliss and the magic that we want to experience here, and that everybody is meant to experience here, so that that can come forth. And you cannot bring all of those things forth and keep holding on to the old things in your world, old people, old realities, old beliefs, all of those old things. You can't. You got to let them go. Now, there's a big thing right now that is always the case. It's just the magnitude that it is right now, is that the collapsing of all of these timelines is collapsing all of these mentalities, these beliefs, that it's collapsing all of the old lack that each one of us held in order to transcend all of that inside, so everybody can return to a place of purity, a place of respect, a place of sacredness, a place and a space that we occupy, and it's a whole new existence. Now, every person that doesn't hold this yet, they don't get it. They don't have that inner respect. They don't have that inner value system. And this is about a value system. This is about tearing down the old values and rebuilding them from the inside out. When you rebuild your whole foundation based upon love, based upon light, based upon your own inner abundance, then your outside world starts to reflect that back to you, and you get to experience these amazing things that you've always desired in your reality for you. And you get to connect with all those others who hold this too. But you do not get to do these things while still allowing the old ways, while still participating in the old ways, choosing the old ways, and believing that that's still your world. I get a lot of correspondence from people, and nobody realizes how much we actually do. They don't realize how much we actually commit. They don't realize that everything we breathe is higher consciousness, and that everything we do is important, and it's a gift, and that which we share is knowledge and gifts and things that will help everybody. And they don't understand this, and they don't value it, but we do. The cool part is, as you start to respect yourself, as you start to love yourself, you start to realize how important your energy is. That your energy is your abundance. Your energy is your gift. Your energy is everything. And if you don't respect and value your energy, then you don't have the capability to respect and value another's. And so for those of us who have gone through this journey, we respect our energy. Our energy is an amazing gift, and all of our gifts come forth from that respect and that value system, and realizing how precious all of this is. And we walk through each day from a place of sacred connection. We walk through each day in every moment as a master here. We don't allow the old stuff. We don't give in. We don't play the old games. We tell a lot of people no, because we don't have enough energy to give it away to just everybody who wants. Take. Me. No. When you are full-blown dedicated to being in service, then you have to choose. And most don't understand how much energy we put into everything, and so that when we have those times for ourselves, then we don't allow others in our world. We don't share our energy and our time. Time is energy. Energy is time. Money, if you want to go there, money is energy. Money is time. If you start understanding how all of these correlate together, if you have no time, you have no energy. If you have no energy, you have no time. If you have no time or energy, you've got no money, unless you just have a way for all money to come into you without having to do a thing. More power to you. That's awesome. It's important to understand that until you start to value things, then you'll waste everything, every opportunity. You'll waste everything that comes to you. How we spend, notice my words, our energy, how we spend our days, how we spend our moments, what we choose to do with our time, our energy, our focus, our creative gifts, our wisdom, our knowledge. We share it with everybody else, and then we allow others to respect and appreciate and honor the gifts that we share in a way that helps us keep doing what we're here to do. For those who don't, we have to keep going. We don't stop and feed our energy and time into those who don't respect yet. And that's going to be a hard one for everybody here until you get to the point where you understand. What you're leaving behind is lack. What you're leaving behind is the old human stuff that kept you separated inside. And what you're doing is you're opening portals, you're opening doors, you're opening to everything that you desire to experience here by letting the old ways and the old things that represent that go. When you get ready to be done, it's going to be thrown at you from every direction. The more people you're in service to, the more you're going to get hit constantly with an abundance of people wanting more from you. You have to choose. Those of us that chose to be in service to the whole world, with everything that we do, we get inundated constantly with requests from people who don't get it, that don't respect, and understand there are certain things that we have to go through in order to do this. One thing all of us have to do is we have to make a choice. We have to commit. This has to be more important to us than anything in the world. Why? This is about you. This is your whole existence and all of them here. This is what you're here to do. But if it's not a value to you, if it's not important to you, then those of us who do this, we can read the energy and we know that, and it's no more important to us than it is you. We share our time with those who offer something in return. We have to really want to enjoy being with you. We have to really want to share and receive something in return. We don't just give away. That's the old ways. There is not one person on this earth that is ever more important than we are. There is not one person on this earth that means more to us than ourselves. There is not anything on this earth that we love more. We love everything equally. We love everybody as ourselves because they are us. But the difference is that you don't want every human in your world. They don't respect yet. They don't understand yet. And you have to choose. There is an entire reality out there of people who do get it. There's an entire reality of others who are awake, who are conscious, who are doing this too. You want to open yourself up to those realities and stop telling yourself that the world is a certain way. The world is as you hold it. The world is as you believe it. The world is as you've achieved inside of you. This is all about you. Everything is. And the more you exist from a place of believing that the world out there is a certain way, then the more victim mentality there is, you have to look at the outside world and ask yourself certain questions, and those questions start to tell you the answers that you seek. You have to look at things around you and ask yourself, why do I allow these things? What's going on inside of me? You have to observe the emotions that come up within you and start to understand the reasons and the purposes and all of these things. There is a magnitude of information in every moment and everything if you're really paying attention, if you really care. And if you don't, then something will occur to get your attention, to help you focus. And that's how this works. The difference is that the more light we hold, the more focused we are, the more we stop allowing the old ways, the more everything is precious to us, and the more we respect. The thing about it is when you bring a bunch of people together and they all respect themselves and love themselves, you have a much different reality than when you bring a bunch of people together that don't. There will be many around you that don't respect and love and value yet. And the more you allow that in the world, the more it means that you don't. And so you have to look at yourself and ask, why? Why do I keep allowing this? Why do I need this in my world? And when you start realizing you don't, that you want more, that you desire more, and you're going to step up. And this is about you stepping up. I have a lot of people that send me messages and they're like, I want to be a part of a group. Well, when I started coming through this, I did too. And I got up, sorry. I got up. When I started waking up to this whole world that I didn't know existed, when I started waking up to things being wrong with me, and there's nothing wrong with us, we just don't understand it yet, and that's all this is. That's called humanness. That's the part of us that we didn't understand and why we came here to choose to experience certain things. There's an abundance of explanations for every part of this. The difference is the human doesn't want to hear those things. They want the easy answer, the quick fix. They want the thing that, and they want to go on and go back to their world the way it was. It's not the way this works. And the more we start to understand that our whole reality will unfold for us magically. It's amazing. As we start to open up, as we start to let go of the resistance and the fight that we hold inside, all of those protection mechanisms and safety mechanisms, they all have to go. The more you hold on to those, the more you're limiting yourself and boxing yourself into a world that you're not going to enjoy. You're here to enjoy the amazingness, the magicalness, and the abundance of all things around you. And when you start to appreciate everything, everything changes. Your physical reality is a materialization of the frequencies that you hold. If you desire to change your reality, you have to change your frequency. If you desire to walk in heaven on earth, if you wish and desire, which we all do, the question is, do you desire it enough to commit? Do you desire it enough to do whatever it takes to bring it into your world? Because if you don't, then it's not going to happen. It's all based upon you. Those of us that are enjoying realities blissfully and magically means that we did what it took. We committed every aspect of ourselves to this, and we recalled all of those aspects from all those other realities. We brought them here and we merged as multidimensional beings. We merged our consciousness with all of these other aspects here. And now we have access to all the amazingness that brings in this physical here, which is really cool. And every one of us has to do that. So being multidimensional means that you're going to expand. You're going to expand your horizon. You're going to expand your mentalities. You're going to expand your belief systems. You're going to expand your light. You're going to expand the amount of love that you can hold. You can always hold and be more love. But you have to choose to let go of all the old stuff. You have to make it, it has to be important to you. It's got to be your priority. Because if it's not, it's obvious. It's very visible. Everybody gets it that does this. We can see. And the thing about it is, when we can see, we decide what we want in our world and what we don't. And if it's filled full of lack and selfishness, then we say no. It is that simple. And we will move on, because we're moving on to work with those, to assist those, to guide those, to fill our world full of those who do get it, who it is important to, and is making this a priority and ready to get out there and make a difference too. And we've provided the tools, we've provided the opportunity, we've provided an abundance of wealth of things over the years, and it's all out there. All one has to do is make a choice and choose and commit and step up and do what it takes for themselves. And the gift of responsibility, every one of us have it. We give the gift of responsibility back to everyone, and we let them live their world, their reality, exactly as they're choosing to, based upon every moment of what they're doing for them. It's amazing to realize how limited we all were before, based upon the beliefs that we had. And how, as we start to realize more and let them go, how we start letting everything go that was a physical representation in our world. We don't need it anymore. You don't need it anymore. Let it go. Move on. Go have an amazing life. Start committing to yourself, and tell your higher self, your soul, that you're worth it. That you are making the choice. That you are dedicating everything you got to you and being in service. And you know what? Your whole world will turn around. When you start committing your energy, when you start committing you, when you get that dedicated, everything becomes magical. But it takes a little while. And where you give up, then there's still the old energy of non-belief. There's still the old energy of not committed enough. It's not important enough to you. When you want it with every fiber of your being, it's going to happen. But you got to feel it, and it's got to come from inside of you. It can't be the words you walk around speaking every day with nothing behind it. You got to back it up. So, when you start to realize that your energy is precious, as you work through any unworthiness, any lack of appreciation, any lack of gratitude, notice the words, this is your lack. That as you start to appreciate and respect and really understand how this works, then you move your own lack out. And as you move your own lack out, you start realizing that you're worthy. You're amazing. You're this amazing gift. You start realizing these things, but you can't realize these things if you keep telling yourself you're not. So stop convincing yourself that you can't do things, that you don't have anything. Stop and look around. Get appreciative for what you do have in the moment, even if it's absolutely nothing. You've got breath in your body, and start calling forth, connecting inside. You have to connect inside, because if you do not connect inside, then you're not listening. You're not open. You're not paying attention. And you're not grabbing every opportunity that's brought to you. These higher vibrations open the door of opportunity to everyone. And where you succumb or listen to or keep participating in the old fears, the old beliefs, the old mentalities, the old lack games, then that's what you get to experience in your world. And every one of us has to go through this. We have to transcend all of that inside of ourselves. That's what this journey is. It is rising from the ashes. And that's what we're going through every day. You're constantly seeing your old programs. You're constantly understanding what you didn't understand. You're constantly releasing some kind of energy from inside your body that you didn't know was there. You're constantly doing these things. The difference is you can either embrace it and have fun with it and get ready for the amazing abundance that comes with it, or you can keep yourself held to the old realities by telling yourself the same old stories, by being caught up in the same old things, by keeping it going. We don't keep things going here. We let them go. Move on. Done. Don't need that in my world. it does get a whole lot easier, but you have to choose, you have to commit. It's every bit of this is up to you. And I know I talk about that a lot, but you know what? It's really important because every person that comes to me, it's the same conversation over and over. Listen to the stories you're telling yourself. Where are you not committed yet? Where are you compromising? Why do you keep allowing that? We go through the same questions. The difference is we go through that person's individual experience and we look at every little thing that's going on. And then we pick it apart. We look at the distortions and then we say, wow, I couldn't see that. Cool. I can let that go. Cool. I'm more important. Cool. And you know what? It can be cool and it can be fun. It doesn't have to be miserable and it doesn't have to be suffering unless you keep telling yourself those stories and you keep allowing the old ways. So, all right. Yes, my short video. We talked about everything, but when you recognize and when you start making your energy important, you'll never put anything else first again. And when you stop putting everything else first and start wasting your energy and allowing your energy to be depleted by all of these other things, then your whole everything will change. But your light has to be first. Your energy has to be first. What you desire has to come first, and you have to stop letting the old stuff that you don't desire. If you don't enjoy it and you're not happy, then that's your answer. That means you've got some stuff to move out. That means you got to look at things in a different way and stop telling yourself the old stories. Validate yourself. Give yourself permission. Do all of these things that you keep wanting everybody else to do. Every one of us is a way shower. We're the ones that have to step up. We're the ones that have to get it done. We're the ones that have to make it happen. If you want a group, go create one. Go invite everybody to come join you. That's what I did. I went to all these groups and there was always something still missing that I wanted to do. So I went back and I started my own. I started teaching. I started bringing everybody to me because you're not always supposed to fit in out there. You're supposed to start your own. Get up and go get it done. This is why we have all these amazing opportunities, but you got to open your heart. You got to open your eyes. You got to open your energy. You got to relax everything and you have to look. You got to really look. You got to really want it. And if you don't, then there's a million gazillion of us that do. And we'll be out there getting it done and doing it together. So I love you guys. Have an amazing everything. And I'll talk to you soon. Hello.